Hey guys, I hope you had a great long weekend. I wanted to spend just a second giving you explicit instructions about your assignment for this week. Please do your best to follow along with the instructions. It is super, super, super important for this to work appropriately. First and foremost, we have officially finished our Math 1 new content. So if we were in school during this time, I would have built in some review before our EOC to help prepare you. What I would like to offer you is an opportunity for all of us to take the released version of the EOC. So not the exact version of what you would have seen this year, but it's supposed to be parallel. So the purpose of this is to offer you some closure. I think that without some sort of end wrap up activity, this year has already felt very weird. So this can help us kind of close the door, measure the growth that we have made thus far, and also get some feedback from all of the topics in one assessment. So I've been giving you unit assessments throughout the year, but this would give you an opportunity to jumble everything together and it's called cumulative. It's a cumulative assessment on everything from this year. So that will be a great measurement of our growth and give us some great feedback. I am going to use this as a grade for your virtual learning for this week of May 26th through May 29th. In advance, I would like for you to understand this will only be useful information, a useful measurement of your growth if you follow the instructions. There is a calculator active and a calculator inactive portion of the EOC, just like there was with all of your EOGs prior. That means that you have to be honest and you have to follow those instructions and only use a calculator during the calculator active portion. I am asking for your honesty and maturity with that in advance. I am also asking that you make an effort to work hard so that we can get an accurate reading. This won't have much purpose if you don't follow the instructions and if you don't work hard. It will be a waste of time, and I don't want it to be a waste of time. I want this to be something that's meaningful, that provides us closure and gives us some idea as to what we could do to work on before you move on to Math 2. Before you take the test, I have some suggestions for you. Before you take the test, I think you should spend some time reviewing your notebook. Maybe a couple hours just looking back through our units from beginning of the year, because we haven't necessarily circled back to all of that material. So I would definitely review your notebook. It's a great resource and has everything in it. You can also hop onto our Canvas site, Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5, Unit 6. I posted every resource that I could find for each of those units. And if your notebook's not organized, that could be a place that you could go as well, just to review some of that material. Before you take the test, you need to figure out what calculator you're going to use. Some of you guys have your own calculator that's a TI-84, just like we had in class. You can use that on the calculator active section. For those of you that don't have access to a calculator at home, right here, there's a Chrome extension for the TI-84 Plus calculator that I was told you can download onto your Chromebook. So do that before and test it before you start taking your assessment. So you need to figure out the calculator situation prior to it. If you have any questions about it, please email me or come on to office hours. The other option that you have for your calculator is to use Desmos. So that would be the second option. I would go ahead and open another tab with Desmos next to your testing tab so that when you're on the calculator active portion, you can access your calculator. Now, here's some things that I'd like for you to prepare for. The calculator inactive section is the beginning of the assessment, number 1 through number 15. You may not use a calculator, and we often know that it is tempting on those questions to use a calculator, but you cannot. The calculator active section is number 16 through number 50. There's a mixture of multiple choice questions, drag and drop, which are called technology enhanced questions, and gridded response questions that will come in the form of a text box. Please do not use the SchoolNet testing app, because then you won't be able to access a separate tab. Please go to your SchoolNet tester in your NC Ed Cloud. Good luck.